Hey, what's going on YouTube? I thought I'd just make another video for the beginning of September. You know, it's a new month and I hope everyone had a great trading month for August. I'm up just a little over $21,000 in profits for the month of August, thanks to Bitcoin stocks BTCS and BITCF. Now, I sent out a newsletter regarding the Bitcoin stocks, and just a couple days later, the stocks began to skyrocket, resulting in a substantial profit for myself, as well as some of my loyal students. But making money is just a diminutive component of the entire process. You also need to know when to sell, and I was able to predict the crash of BTCS as well as BITCF down to the very penny using my halfway point formula, which I teach my students in my premium videos. Now, a lot of people lost money on these stocks, and you know why? Because they didn't have a strategy. They're inexperienced traders who think they can just buy a stock and hope to get lucky. Now, that's not how successful penny stock traders execute profitable trades. You need to make strategic moves that will enable you to create the success that you're looking for or striving for. And so today, I'm going to discuss a few penny stocks that caught my attention recently. So let's begin by diverting our attention to this stock ticker symbol GLNNF. Now, if we examine this stock, you can evidently observe the pattern demonstrated in the stock chart. It's a classic climax pattern. Now, the stock opened right under 30 cents per share. Here you see at 30 cents per share, which is a divisible of a 5 level, by the way, and the price actually started to intensify, forming this exponential growth. Now, on the fourth trading day, August 31st, it actually ascended during the morning hours. It rose after the open, approximately 1 hour after the open, and then crashed not long after. As I've stated on countless occasions, morning momentum occurs about 10 to 15 minutes after the market opens in stocks such as GLNNF. And as I stated in my newsletter, it rose on the fourth consecutive trading session, but couldn't sustain a level above 30 cents per share, so traders lost interest or they panicked when the stock was incapable of surpassing this 30-cent level of resistance. So less demand for the stock equals less buyers equals a falling stock price. Now, this is expected. Remember, many penny stocks generally rise 1 through 4 trading sessions, making this the fourth trading session. So, applying my halfway point formula to the period from August 28th to August 30th, the stock reached my target based on the results of my halfway point formula on September 1st, the second trading session after the significant rise. If you enter the values in properly, your price target should have been 0.21325 or rounded to 0.2133. which the stock chart reached on September 1st. PYDS. This is a nice quick climax pattern. It opened at $1.70, just above this accumulation of resistance in the 160s. Now, what this did was it helped the stock to break out, and the stock propelled to $2.40 in just a single day. In my newsletter, I said to be careful because my personal indicators were signifying a crash. And when you apply my halfway point formula with variable O being $1.70 and variable C at $2.38, you should get $2.04 as your price target. And where did the stock land the very next day? A low of $2.05. So using my formula, I was off by just a single penny. Anybody can test this formula out and it works. So since the stock closed near $2 even, it could reverse and head higher, but not much higher than $2.40. That's if the stock can sustain a price level above $2 per share. So I would expect it to go under $2 per share perhaps in the next week. A GBTC. Okay, so I've got to mention this stock. I remember when GBTC was released on the market, I think it was back in 2015. I was waiting almost a year for it to come out, to be released. And when it was finally made available to the public, it crashed. There was a lot of speculation as to what would happen when it was first made available to the market. Some suggested it would rise higher due to more demand, but I argued that it would crash provided the limited number of investors who dumped their shares back on the market because they wanted to cash in their positions. They've been investors for, I can't remember how long it was, maybe like a year or more, and they've just been holding their stock and it's just been rising and rising and rising. So they wanted to, quote unquote, dump their shares back onto the market, and this caused the stock to crash. As it turns out, I was correct, and the stock did exactly as I had proposed. How did I predict the crash? Well, basic common sense in conjunction with a fundamental understanding of the economic laws of supply and demand. I believe the stock was just $40 or $30 per share back in 2015 and continued to trend at this level for many months. I stopped watching due to lack of activity, but just the other day, it was trading at $1,005 per share. I didn't notice this stock until recently, and it hurts knowing that I almost invested in the stock back in 2015 at $40 a share, and is now worth $1,000 a share, or was $1,000 a share. In my newsletter just the other day, I said the stock would crash to approximately $700 within a few weeks. Surprisingly, that few weeks was actually just a single trading session, because the day after I sent out the newsletter, GBTC crashed, taking the stock from $1,000 per share to $700 per share in just a single day. I've been able to predict where a stock will fall to using my strategies taught in my premium videos. No, I'm not a psychic or a time traveler who knows where stocks are headed. It comes from 7 years of trading experience and a little bit of intelligence. Anybody can do this. You just need to learn how to do it. And that's what I like to teach my students. One of the most critical aspects contributing to the failures of inexperienced traders, aside from their lack of knowledge, is when they let their emotions take control of their trading. Emotions are one of the primary drivers that influence the price of penny stocks. The emotional roller coaster that many penny stock traders experience is reflected in the price of the stock, hence the astronomical rise produced by an abrupt crash. You need to change your mindset to visualize a positive outcome. Try to let go of your fears by removing your attachment to your money. Only then will you be able to overcome your inadequacies that leave you emotionally compromised. So anyways, that's the end of this video. Please remember to subscribe and become a student at my website in the link below.